Stop.
Sometimes you don't want an open flame, but you want the ambience that the candle provides.
You're gonna love this wax sachet recipe that you can use flowers from your garden on to make look beautiful. So let's talk about what you'll need. From your recipe box, you'll need your recipe card, your labels, this silicone molds, and we're going to be using blood orange essential oil, and also you'll want to use some pressed flowers. Another option beside pressed flowers is using things like cinnamon sticks and dried orange slices, and other spices like anise stars, and you can to make this look beautiful.
And from your big bonus box, you'll want to grab your beeswax.
This recipe is super simple to make. All we're going to do is melt 3 tablespoons of beeswax, and we're going to use a double boiler to do this, which is a small pan resting in a larger pan of hot water, or you can use a glass measuring cup inside a pan of hot water. You can also use the microwave using short intervals. Keep an eye on it so that your beeswax doesn't get too hot.
All right, now that the beeswax is melted, we're gonna go ahead and add 30 drops of blood orange.
All right, so now we're going to pour the beeswax into the mold. Make sure that the bowl isn't too hot to touch. And now there's 2 ways to do this. You can fill this all the way up with beeswax, or you can fill it almost to the top, save a little bit. If we were to add the flowers right now, they'll sink into the wax, and we want to be able to see our pretty flowers. So we're gonna let this cool and use a lighter, or you can use a heat gun to gently melt the top so we can put the flowers where we want.
Okay.
So we're just gonna let this totally cool, and we'll use a lighter to gently melt the top to add our flowers.
Now that this is hardened, we can go ahead and remelt it a bit and put our cute little flowers on it.
So I'm just gonna use a lighter and melt it for Shiloh right before she places it, like here. All right, so if you have a heat gun at home, that'll be a little bit easier than this, but this works great. All right, put her where you want her. Beautiful. All right,
Okay.
so now we can let that cool for just a bit so that those flowers are really set in there. Then we can remove it from the mold. When you're taking out of the mold, be careful with that top part because it can crack where that little hole is. And now we can place this in a drawer, on a table, anywhere pretty, anywhere you want, and it's got a hole in it so you can put a string through it and hang it somewhere as well. The orange essential oil gives it a little bit of an orange tint, so does the beeswax. So if you want a more white background, you can try using soy wax or use a different oil besides orange. If you love essential oils and making fun projects like this one, check out our Simply Earth recipe box at simplyearth.com/box.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe now button.
Thanks for watching.
See you later.
If you love essential oils and being creative with them, check out our Simply Earth recipe box at www.